And what was it like for you and your siblings, having to see her go through that?
Terrible. You see the ambulance come get her, and she goes to some psych ward, and then my stepdad is he's just drunk the whole time, or he's not home, and so we just there was just times, like there was a couple Christmases where I had to spend Christmas with my friends' families.
Wow.
So I was very fortunate in that sense that I had, once we moved to the suburbs, and especially middle school years, right? I developed some really key friendships, and their parents really took me under their wing. And that's when it started changing ever so slightly for me. My priorities were out of whack still, but at least I had love. I had support. I had people who, told me that they were proud of me and that they loved me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you saw what it's supposed to be like.
That's right.
Right? It doesn't have to be like this. There are families that spend time with each other.
Yes.
That, that support each other, that care for each other. Wow. So what was your stepfather like to you? You said he was drunk all the time. So did he just ignore you most of it?
He was very verbally abusive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And when my sister was living with us, there was times that, he would be so drunk that he would try to hit us.
Wow.
But, being that my brother's 5 years older and Jen's 7, they were 18 years old, and they could really defend themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
And so then it got real hostile.
Oh.
Because I was 10 or 11. I couldn't really do anything.
Yes.
Yeah. But they would protect me because he would try to come after me because I was the weak one.
Yeah. The one who's less likely to fight back.
That's right.
Wow.
Did
they ever, since they were older, did they ever get, threatened to get kicked out of the house or something like that?
Oh, all the time. All the time. They ran away from home. They both did. They got sent to juvenile delinquent centers, and they were kind of at-risk kids. Looked upon as another statistic. But yeah, so there was a lot of times that they were in and out, and I was by myself, and I just tried to really avoid going home.
So when they were gone, you took a lot of that hostility from your stepfather.
Yes, but the amazing thing was that I was allowed to sleep over my friend's house anytime. So I went that route.
So you were at friends' houses a lot.
All the time.
And their parents knew what your situation was like, I'm sure.
Yes, they did.
So they were more than happy to take you in.
Absolutely. I have a lot of surrogate parents, So,
wow.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
So when you moved to the suburbs, you said you saw a lot of that. What about your brother and sister? Did they get influenced by any of that? Or were they a little too far gone in, delinquency?
I think they were a little too far gone. My brother really had a conversion-like experience. When he was 15, he started working at this deli, right, in our local suburb. And so the owner of the deli was a fatherly figure to him and really mentored him a lot, okay? And he got Chuck on the straight and narrow path for 3 years.
Oh.
And so Chuck graduates from high school. He's applying to colleges.
That's fantastic.
He was this heavy metal type kid with real long hair, and changed his life around completely. Cut his hair, was this clean cut, preppy kid.
Wow.
Yes, and you would never know. Looking at him, he had everything going for him. He was just such a good looking guy, charismatic, and so he was going to school, and then when my sister Jennifer just went off the deep end, got caught up with prostitution and hardcore drugs.
Oh, really? It was that bad?
It was that bad.
Wow.
She left the house. She moved to New York City and just got caught up in that lifestyle. And when she died, June 6th of 1997 of a heroin overdose, Chuck just basically lost his will to live because they were so close.
Oh.